We're live.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Two Dum Yinzers. This is episode 87, Mike, the Sidney Crosby show.
Yeah, Sidney Crosby and Mark Bruner. Who was better? It's hard to tell.
Definitely Bruner.
Oh yeah, what Crosby ever do?
Right. How
Where's
you
it?
doing, man? Is it warm enough for you yet?
I went to work this morning. I got to work at like 2:30, and it was already 81 degrees.
Yeah.
I walk inside the facility. I just started dripping sweat. This is ridiculous. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for winter.
It's been a long summer these two last days.
It has. It's felt like it's been 4 months of this unbearable heat.
Jeez, oh man.
I walked outside yesterday. The kid wanted to go on a car ride. So like, all right, let's go. I opened up the door and I got hit by the air punched me in the face.
Yeah.
That's how hot it was. That's how humid it was. I was like,
this weather is no joke, man. It was well over 90 yesterday, I think, right?
yeah, I had to have been. And today it's just as bad.
Yeah. Yesterday, it took a little while to warm up and to get to its temperature, but today we still have the heat locked in from yesterday. So getting hot today is happening a lot faster.
Yeah. Like it was already what 80 degrees like when I woke up this morning. It's been 80 all day.
Yeah.
It's stupid. I hate this.
But on the good side though, Mike, we got a big rainstorm coming later on this afternoon, which will probably down. And
yes.
I like these midsummer rainstorms too, because once it's so hot, when it finally does rain, it pours.
Oh yeah.
And I like that. I like a good rainstorm.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. So that's something to look forward to. As long as we can make it through the next few hours, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. I'm just worried that it's going to be humid. I don't do well in the humidity.
Oh, it will be.
I cry. I cry worse than a little baby. I'm depressed thinking about it right now.
I mean, I have the AC on now, and it doesn't feel like it's on. That's not right, man. 11 in the morning.
No. Mine's on right now too, and I barely can feel it.
Yeah. So it's going to be a long, agonizing
one. Oh yeah.
If we can get to that rainstorm, I think we'll be okay.
I'm because it looked like it's supposed to cool down right after it comes through, so that's good.
Yeah.
Because I need that. I need like back down to like 60s and 70s.
Yeah, me too, man. I mean, if it could at least just get to the 70s, I could deal with that, because if it's 70 outside, you got the AC on. The AC does a pretty good job. But like I said, you get into the 90s, it don't even feel like I got the air conditioner on.
Yeah, I just, you're right, and it feels like it's like dead air too. Like it just hangs there.
Yeah,
I just can't stand it.
And then, like you said, that humidity, it sits on your face. You literally feel it sitting on your face, and then you go and you look in the mirror and you can see it. It's that humidity. It's on you. You know what I mean?
It's like, and you feel it in your lungs too. I don't know if you do, but I'll feel it in my lungs when it's so humid. You try to breathe, and it's just like heavy, like it's pushing down on you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's suffocating you, like my child is right now. Doesn't he know? Daddy does not be a parent between 11 and noon.
I guess when we stop crying and complaining, we could start the show, huh?
Yeah. At some point we can start the show.
I got a couple big stories for you today, Mike.
All right.
Not necessarily stories, but that's why I kind of jumbled on my words, because just a couple notes that I have here. This morning at 8:00, Antoine from over at Hit 'em Hard sent a video over, and it's Tempofyf's new video.
Yes,
if you recall, a couple of weeks ago, they were getting together. They were going to a few different places to make his video.
Yeah.
and it is done. It's looking good. I don't know if you had a chance to check
I
it out or
did.
not.
I actually checked it out right before we got on.
Did you?
I did. Yeah, it was cool. It was like, hey, I know those places. We had a couple guest appearances by I saw JD and Cigarillos in the video. That was all. That's cool. Like the song is good. He was good. Everything was good. It's just cool. Like when you see like the whole group like make appearances in each other's videos. It was a good video. I liked it.
Now, you know what I would do if I was if I was a music guy, and I'm not, but what I would do with Tempo, I would be more. I would bear with me. I would use him more in a gimmicky kind of way. Just because he already has the difference thing with being a white guy. I think that if you would use him in a gimmicky kind of way, that would draw so much more attention to him. And I hate to compare to like Eminem, but do something. Otherwise, I think he's just gonna. He's so talented, and I think that you're gonna need to draw a lot of attention to him because I think a lot of times the white guy doesn't get the attention in rap music, and with a guy with his kind of talent, he definitely he people need to recognize him and see him. And I just don't want him to get lost in the shuffle because you know what? I mean, when we were watching these shows that he's performed at, certainly the last one, I thought he was the best rapper there. I thought he performed the best out of everybody there. And I think that, I would try to do something to draw more attention to him.
So I think just him and his natural ability is just enough for it. I don't think he needs a gimmick. I think
you need a reason to want to watch him because a lot of times, even for me, if I'm watching a video and if there's someone that doesn't have that appeal, I'm gonna flip right by it. And then, like I said, I mean, just naturally, when you're listening to rap music, people might tend to just go right by the white guy just because, for no other reason. But I just think I hope they push him right because his skill level, as far as the guys that we've seen around here, it's top notch, man. The guy could do so many different things, and the things that he does really well. So again, I'm not a music guy. Maybe I'm way off base. However, I would try to do something to draw more attention to him to make people want to listen to him.
I go back. I see what you're saying, but I always have the theory of like talent wins out. Always
Right.
will in the end. And I don't know. Like if you give someone a gimmick and it doesn't work, you can set them back. Like to kind of compare to like pro wrestling, if you give someone a bad gimmick, it's just gonna set their career back so far.
And the thing about around here that I think would work for something like that, because there aren't many gimmick artists. A lot of these artists are doing the same thing. And to be honest, I mean, if you're trying to decipher, who it is that you're going to like, who it is you're going to listen to, it could get pretty confusing because there's so many rappers out here. And if they're all kind of following that same path, people like convenient, people like quick, people like things handed to them. I think that maybe, they should put him on a silver platter somehow and present him to the listeners. Again, that's just my opinion. I just know that it's hot. People don't, have much patience right now. And I don't think it would hurt to get his face in front of people by any means possible. Because once the people hear him and people see what he's about and see his talents, I think he's going to be fine. And I think, like you said, talent wins out. But getting that initial, what about Tempofyf is going to draw you in to even want to watch the video? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying anything bad against him or anything.
Yeah.
Just a general thought process. I just think that they're at some point they're going to have to do something to, like I said, put him on a platter to present him to the listeners.
Yeah, like I said before, I see where you're coming from, but I just don't think you need that now. Like nowadays, you just don't. Being that oddball is just enough. Being the different, like kind of like the Sesame Street, which one's like that Sesame Street song, like one of these doesn't belong, one of these isn't like the other. That's what stands out now. That's like the gimmick and everything now is like subverting the expectations. And I think he already, you have that right there. It's kind of like having, like I've gone to like metal shows and you come out like a black lead singer or a black guitar player. It's like you don't see that, so you're automatically drawn to it because in that drawn is a bunch of pasty white guys who look like me. So when you
Right.
have someone like, and they'll have like the one band we go listen to, like the lead guitarist, he's Latino, and that's different. So he has that whole little vibe going of being like the out, like a bunch of white guys, then the Latino guy. So you that just automatically draws people to him, and then his talent, that guitar player's talent, is very very high. So then boom, he got you in with like being the one who doesn't look like everyone else. So you're automatically going to pay attention. Okay, why is he here? Then you see, talent, maybe talent. So it's kind of the way people are wired. You find the one that's different. Do you look, okay, why is this here? Whether it be like, an artist or a piece of art or a piece of furniture, like what is different? Why is this here? And then you see why it's here. Once, people start performing or, I don't know.
At the end of the day, I mean, we're both making pretty valid points. At the end of the day, I just want all these guys, especially in the Hit 'em Hard organization, to be successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as I'm sitting back watching it, I thought to myself, what's going to be about this kid that draws attention, is going to make people want to watch? And like I said, it was a pretty plain cut video. It was a good video nonetheless. I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. I think people were going to like it. However, at the end of the day, I mean, there's a whole game there. There's a whole rap game. When people turn on a rap video, there's a lot of different things that go into it. And I think when you're coming from the other side of the fence, like Tempofyf is, which again, there's nothing wrong with it, just the situation at hand.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be tough for him to get that attention. But you could be right, man. And I hope that you are, because like I said, I want nothing more than to see every single one of these people and Hit 'em Hard be successful.
Yeah.
They're our friends. We lean on them for a lot of things, even things for the show. We go back and forth with these guys about. So I mean, I don't want to see anything besides success for each and every one of these guys and gals. And like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that millions of people are drawn to him and take to him, and he makes lots of money and his dreams come true and all that fun stuff. But at the end of the day, I mean, when you break things down, I think that he's going to need a little bit more of a push, just because you can't just send the average looking white guy out there, make this video and expect millions of people to come pouring in. That's all. There has to be more of a rap element, I think, to the video, which there wasn't. You know what I mean? A lot of times when there's, alcohol, girls, blunts, all these things, he really didn't have anything that supplemented his talents while making the video, which again, I'm not being stereotypical. It is what it is. I'm looking at it in the sense, what's going to draw me in and want to watch this video. So
see, I'm more of like when it comes to like watching like videos of like any genre, I like the stripped down type videos, like just the performer and out there doing their thing. And that's what his was. That's like a lot of the videos that I enjoy the most are just
right.
Just the plain video. I'm a plain, like I don't need like bells and whistles. And like people do. There's like that. It's like a 50-50 audience of people who want like the bells and whistles of everything. And me, I've never been that. I need the whole atmosphere. It could have just been him and his face in Zoom doing the song, and I would have been like, this is badass. So I don't need a whole lot. So
I think for the most part, people are simple.
I'm very simple.
And by saying that, I mean that, I think that a lot of times you need bells and whistles because people were simple, and you need to kind of direct them and coax them to where you want them to. But again, I could be way off.
Yeah.
And I hope that you are right, because I want to see people be a success. And so, we'll keep watching, and I encourage everybody that's listening and watching. It's a Tempofyf is the artist. You've heard him on the show multiple times. and you've seen him on videos we did, when we were hosting and live things that we've done. And the video is called Throw It. Throw It is the name of the song. So get over there, check him out. He's on YouTube. That's where I got the link set up to. I went and watched it over there. Make sure you go like him, check him out. Good stuff. It's good stuff. Like I said, once he has you drawn in, he's going to be fine. Just getting that, trying to get that initial pull in, I think is going to be a challenge. But again, I know nothing about anything. Don't go by me,
right?
The other news, Mike, you recall yesterday we was talking about the guest that we had on last year, Casey, who came on and won a tattoo on a
yes.
Who Wants to Win a Tattoo game. I spoke to her yesterday. She is very excited to do the show. I think I sent you a picture of the text over. She wrote in big bold letters, definitely interested. So I'm going to get on the horn with her today at some point and get something set up. I know there's always a day during the week that she has a day off. So maybe that day next week will be the day that we can.
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yes, absolutely. And she's doing amazing things. You've seen the numbers yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I went and checked it out right after the show again. And I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
The numbers. That's awesome too. That's
absolutely.
I love it too. Cause like in the TikTok, and you start doing all these videos, all these views and stuff, man, you can make some serious bank doing that.
Oh yeah.
And that's
I was watching a show over the weekend, this past weekend. Have you ever heard of Danny Duncan?
No.
Danny Duncan. Well, he's a YouTube kid. I mean, he's probably in his early 20s. Well, he made gazillion dollars from doing videos or whatnot. And now he basically just has a show that would be equivalent to like the Tom Green. Like if Tom Green and Jackass had a baby.
Yeah.
This kid would be what pops out. And it's, it's good. He runs with these midgets. These midgets are always with him. And, they're always doing crazy shit. And, he's just going around. And, the few episodes I've seen, like I said, he's always doing these bizarre things, kind of like Tom Green. But, he would go places and he would give people like all this money because he's so fucking rich. He went and he just picked these random people out there who's looking like they was having a hard life. And he gave this lady a new car, or he gave this person this. So, I mean, it's really cool to see these people that do succeed in there, because that is a way of now for people to be, extremely successful and make a lot of money and better supplement their lives. But if you ever get a chance, check him out. Danny Duncan. He's kind of annoying at first, but you kind of get drawn in just like you do with Tom Green. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I go back to like real quick, like, making money off of like YouTube and TikTok. I love that. Like you find people like, oh, why do people do that? And a YouTuber, like you realize how much people on YouTube and TikTok and Twitch people can make bank. That's why people do this stuff.
Because they're talented and you're not. That's why. I
always love it. Like, this is so dumb. It's like, you just wish you could do this. Oh, all they're doing is dancing and making money. Yeah, that's the dream. That's the dream. Do something stupid on your phone, your camera, TV, your Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. Put it out there and make money. That is the dream.
See, the beauty of it is, I think, is this. Back until this movement really came in, you had to become famous the right way. You had to work hard. You had to be recognized. You had to find the right people. You had to hope everything worked out for you. You needed everything to go perfect. And at the end of the day, if they decide to give you a lot of money for what it is that you do, then fantastic. Now, anybody could get on their phone, like you said, what you have on your hand 24 hours a day, create content, put it up, and make a lot of money. I like it. For people that are complaining, it kind of baffles me. And maybe that's what it is. You have no talent and you just want to complain about people. I don't know. But I dig. Like I said, I like the fact that you have control of your own destiny. Now, to me, that is the American dream.
Yeah, just being able to, like, people, I think a lot of people, like, they just think it's so easy to do it. It's not. Because every day you have to come up with something new and different to keep everyone drawn in. Because you can have all these followers, but the minute your content starts to drop, quality-wise, people they're not coming, they'll leave and they might not come back.
I'm very impressed with what these people are doing. I say great for them.
Hell yeah.
I'm a fan. I'm on board.
Yeah.
And like I said, we'll have Casey in next week and we'll talk to her and see how her journey has been. But like I said, from what we see by the numbers, she's doing very well.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we could start the show, right?
Yeah, let's start the show.
Pittsburgh Pirates break their losing streak.
Yeah,
Finally,
yep.
what was it? 10 games, 9 games,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
They beat the Cardinals yesterday in the fourth and final game in the series with the St. Louis Cardinals. They won 6-4. Now they're only 10.5 games behind in the division. The Pirates are 25-37. The Cardinals are 37-27. And the Pirates start a 3-game set with the Giants at home tomorrow. Game time 7:05. Check it out. We got the new winning streak starting. So you don't want to miss that.
If they win too, man, that's a winning streak right there, baby. And we kind of called it yesterday that I think we kind of said we could kind of see a path to victory yesterday for them, just because it's the last game of a 4-game series. It's hot.
That law of average, you got to win some.
Yeah, like St. Louis is probably like, all right, whatever. We'll just throw whoever out there, and the Buccos, finally won a game. So,
right.
Ho hum, Battle and Buccos. There's your Bucco report.
So, the other big one, Mike, I want to talk about.
Yes, I think I know where we're going.
The Colorado Avalanche. They win game 1 at home against the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-3. Puts the Colorado Avalanche up 1-0 in the series.
Yeah.
I like it. Mike.
I like it because it was an exciting game, and we got extra hockey. We had overtime. I still think my Tampa Bay Lightning are gonna rally and win.
I will definitely take Colorado, not just because they have the 1-0 lead, but that I ultimately want them to win.
Yes.
So I will stick with that. You can take Tampa Bay in this series. Game 2 Saturday night at 8:00.
Yes.
A side hockey note I have: John Tortorella offered the Flyers head coaching job after Barry Trotz turned it down. Boy, the Flyers. They're just trying to become the most unlikable team, aren't they?
Exactly. The team and the organization's already trash. So let's get John Tortorella in there, who's also trash.
Yeah.
But I love like hockey coaches. You just keep, once you get into the league, there's like, you're in it for life because you just keep getting recycled. You don't have to win a thing, but you can have that Canadian mentality of, I'm a rah, 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 dinosaur, tough guy, rah, 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 hit people, kill people, and be a head coach.
Yeah.
Don't, that's all Tortorella is. He hates skill players. He's just a dinosaur, and it's a perfect fit because they're going to go to Philadelphia where they just want to goon it up. And it's a marriage made in heaven between those two.
You're right. I think that you're signing the deal on this team not being a legit competitor for being a Stanley Cup competitor. Now, don't get me wrong. When he was coaching, where he was over in Columbus, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was always something with this guy, that mouth, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I think you needed a more serious professional type guy in the Philly, behind the Philly bench for them to change their tune and maybe become a legit competitor. This guy, I think, is, like I said, it's just going to seal the deal for these guys to be, whatever you want to name them, the bad boys, the whatever, the goons. But that's where this team is going. And you know what? I can't say that I'm not entertained by it because it's just going to be more years if Philadelphia doesn't win the Stanley Cup.
It's the best.
Barry Trotz, now the original offer. Now he's on the other hand. I think he would have been a good coach, and he would have made the team make a turn in the right direction.
Yeah.
But the fact that he turned them down and they turned to Tortorella.
Yeah.
Game 6, Mike. Game 6 tonight. The Warriors at the Celtics. The Warriors are up 3-2 in that series. Game 6 tonight at 9:00. Now, another side note, did you catch this? Charles Barkley says, if Golden State wins the series, best believe I'll record myself eating a bowl of horse shit. Charles Barkley, Sir Charles, said that he will eat a bowl of horse shit while recording it if Golden State wins this series.
I hope they do now. I hope they do. Because
If there was any part of me that wanted Boston to win before, that is gone.
gone. You're gone. Yep, it's out.
Yeah.
Like I like Barkley, but now you're just making the whole series about yourself.
Right.
You're distracting from everything else now. So you just made it about you because you never won a championship. So
I like these kind of bets, these kind of outrageous wagers that people put on things. So for that reason, and that reason only, I'm rooting for Golden State. Other than that, I'd rather see Boston win just because, Golden State's won about 30 in a row. So the big thing for me would see Barkley eating horse shit.
That would be great. That'd be worth it.
Finally, the other story in sports, which is the pink elephant in the room, I think everybody's talking about, the new highest paid safety in the NFL, Mike.
Yes.
What do you think about the big deal for Minkah Fitzpatrick?
I like that he's locked up, but now bear with me here. He still had a year left on his contract after this, correct?
I believe so, yes.
And there's still the franchise tag, correct?
Right.
Why wouldn't you have him play it out, franchise him again, use that money on, I don't know, let's find a starting left tackle. Let's find a starting cornerback. Let's find another position that's more important than free safety. Because we want to keep this defense together, and they've won nothing. I don't get me wrong, I love Minkah Fitzpatrick. I think he's a damn good safety. But on my list of priorities, safety is not number one. But I'm glad he's staying. Don't get me wrong, glad he's staying. But from like a overall like team building perspective, I don't know. I don't know.
Here's my thing. In this league nowadays, I think we could all agree that it's a throwing league.
Yeah.
Which would make me, as a head coach or GM or whoever sits back and makes the decisions, think that having top-notch cornerbacks, top-notch cornerbacks would be key in this league, because the thing that everyone does is sling the ball over the field.
Yeah.
Yes, they went and got the guy from Buffalo in the offseason. Yes, we're working with Witherspoon on the other side. To me, that's the position that I think you ought to really focus on, spend money, and get top-notch corners. Because, again, this is what the league does right now. Why, yes, you need good linebackers. Yes, you need people to stop the run. However, at the end of the day, I don't think that if you want to have success in the NFL, you could have average or less than average corners. I think that you need, just like a good quarterback on offense, you need top-notch corners on defense, because that's where the ball's going all the time.
Yeah.
So to tie into what you're saying, I agree, because the safety position isn't necessarily the most important in the passing game for a defense. It would be the cornerbacks. Yes, you need good safeties. You need smart guys who know the system, know what to do. But at the end of the day, you need good cornerbacks. And why does this organization never focus on getting that guy?
Because they're afraid to draft corners because they've had trouble developing corners. They don't like to spend outside money on top tier free agents, so they get mid tier and just hope they can find lightning in a bottle.
The thing is, if you're going to spend money, you might as well get the guy who's covering the receivers. You're changing the game.
Yeah, because there were high talented corners out there in the free agent market, and they just didn't go for them.
You had a bad experience with Artie Burns. You know what? You put it behind you. I don't know what their deal is. The thing is, when you're playing the Bengals 2 times a season, you got Chase, you got Boyd, you got whoever else running patterns, catching all these guys. That's when it matters. Witherspoon chasing, a top-ranked receiver around the secondary, in my opinion, isn't going to get it done when it comes time to play big games that are meaningful, games that you need to win. I just think that at some point you have to adjust this issue, and it's just in my life, it's really something that the Steelers never really do.
No, our longest time it was like what Chad Scott was like the best corner we had after Woodson left. It was like what Chad Scott. Then we went through a while, then Ike Taylor, and then that was it. Willie Gay was a good number 3 corner. We finally had Joe Hayden, but it's just
Hayden. I like.
It was just, you know, like you said, they're afraid. Oh, we drafted Artie Burns. It didn't work out for whatever reason. Well, okay, that shouldn't stop you. Like Tim Worley didn't work out, but yet we still draft running backs. We still got Le'Veon Bell and Najee. So
Yeah.
you can't be afraid to pick these positions. You know, if someone's there, get the guy. And but anyway, you know, I'm Minka covers up a lot of people's mistakes in the secondary. And that's why, you know, like the Pro Football Focus, they will say, oh, his coverage rating was down this year. And I think that whole thing is just a joke anyway, the Pro Football Focus. But you watch him play, he was covering up a lot of people's mistakes early in the season. And he was having to make so many tackles because that front seven couldn't stop the run. And he was up there making tackle after tackle after tackle.
Like this. What happened last year, 1 or 2 games prior to the Super Bowl? Not last year, the year before. Whenever Tampa Bay went to the Super Bowl, what happened? They had a safety named Jordan Whitehead who did the same thing. The guy was all over the field. He basically made up so much ground for, you know, basically what you're saying for Minka. What happened? He separated his shoulder 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. So, you know, you're going to put all your money into this guy who don't even play a corner position. Like you said, he's there. He picks up the slack, kind of cleans up the mess. What if Minka blows his shoulder?
Yeah.
You know, then the secondary, you know, it becomes a liability.
Yeah. And it's just, you know, it's still the 3 most important positions are quarterback, left tackle, and cornerback. You know, you need the quarterback to throw, the left tackle to block, and your corner to cover. Because wide receivers, and there's more good to above average wide receivers than there are good to above average corners in the league. Just because of the way the rules are. And
you figure this, these cornerbacks, they were all receivers. They were all running backs. They just weren't good enough to be NFL receivers and NFL running backs. And that's how you get defensive backs. You know what I mean?
You get switched over in high school. And in college, boom. Okay, you're not the best.
You know, at the end of the day, say you got a receiver who's a DB who's an 8 and a receiver who's a 10. You know, the receiver automatically, you know, is
you would think the receiver would be better and win out most of the time.
Just because
for the most part,
DB would rather have been an offensive player to score touchdowns, but that wasn't the way that his career worked out. So again, I would like to see them do something. Like I said, don't get me wrong, the Joe Hayden thing, I loved Joe Hayden. I really did.
That was a good, that was a good
sign. Know, and he was probably the best thing that happened to the cornerback position in Pittsburgh for quite some time, because even with Ike Taylor, the man had no hands. So
if Ike Taylor would have been able to catch a third of the interceptions that he should have had, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And that's no joke. Dude shut down everyone. He just couldn't hold on to the ball.
Yes.
But anyway, no, I'm excited that Minka is here, but I wish, you know, he wasn't the highest paid, so we had more money to spread around to the more.
You know, at the end of the day, it's all good. I'm not really a big into the money kind of thing as far as football. I've said it, you know, many times. I watch for the game. I watch for the sport, and I love football. So I'm happy with a lot of the things they do have going on as far as, you know, what's going to be going on the field. I think we're going to have an okay season. I don't think that it's too far of a stretch to say 11-6, 12-5, where a lot of people are saying otherwise. But, you know, I'm going to stick with my guns. I think we have a pretty good team. I think most of the problem is going to be in the division. I think the AFC North is a very tough division, maybe the toughest division in the league. So, you know, if we win a half of those games and do well, you know, throughout the rest of the league, I think we'll be fine.
I'm just worried that, you know, this could be the year where Lamar Jackson figures out the Steelers. Because we've held him in check for 3 years now.
Don't let this be the year.
I know, right?
Because when he does, it's going to be bad.
It's going to be terrible.
Hey, Mike, the story that we talked about yesterday, that weird thing at the Texas Zoo, did you check out the picture?
No, I'm sorry. The day got away from me.
Okay. Well, what happened was I ended up, we used the picture for the podcast last night as the cover picture. And after looking at it in detail, you know what I think it looked like?
What?
It looks like Crash Bandicoot. Do you remember Crash Bandicoot?
Yes.
From what was he, from PlayStation, maybe?
Yeah.
But look at it. Take a second today and check it out. Like I said, even if you go over to the podcast page and look there, it looks like Crash Bandicoot.
I love it.
I have no freaking no idea what that thing could be. None.
Well, I'm trying to get over there now, but oh my God, that is great.
Yeah.
If I knew how to use my computer, I would be.
Furries returning to Pittsburgh, Mike.
Maybe that is a furry in there, because as soon as I brought this picture up, you started talking about the furries. That's kind of what I see.
It?
Yeah.
Does that not look like Crash Bandicoot?
It does. Like, you can't tell if is it like looking at the camera, looking away, because the way its head is in the shadow.
Right.
It kind of looks like, you remember that old Bigfoot movie?
Yes.
Or not the movie, but you know, that old grainy ass footage of Bigfoot walking. That's what that kind of reminds me of.
Yeah. How
Like
bizarre.
Like that suit's been in storage for 40 fucking years. They bring it out, and this is what we got. It's all falling apart and shit.
Very bizarre, though, you know? I mean, it appears to be a person with something wearing something.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is kind of cool, though. Yeah. That is
from a realist point of view. It's a person with something on. But nonetheless, it's strange. That's a strange ass picture, man.
So we got the furries in town.
So we do. We have the furries returning to Pittsburgh for the Antrocon 2022 at the end of the month here. So you will start seeing all the furries around town, and we have the biggest gathering in the country. All the furries come here for some reason and do what the furries do, and it's a thing.
It's forget the gathering of the juggalos. We got the gathering of the furries.
Yes.
And like, I kind of want to, like, laugh at them and blah, but you know what? They have the courage, just whatever it is, to live their life the way they want to. They don't care. Like, yeah, I like to dress up in an animal costume and go to a convention. F you people. Just to have that kind of like self-worth, self-awareness, self-pride, just to go, yeah, this is what I am. Deal with it. That's badass.
What I like about it is they're willing to put them things on in the middle of the summertime.
Yeah.
And if you're going to put one of them costumes on in the middle of summertime, you know what? More power to you.
Tipping my cap to you on that one. But I do like, when I don't know if they do this or not, but people say, like, if they all the furries get together and they jump down and act like they're having an orgy, it's called queefing or keefing.
Queefing?
Queef.
Like a queef.
Like a queef. It's apparently like when they all get together and do their thing. I don't know if it's true or not. If I'm disparaging the furry community, I don't mean to. Just, it's what I see. It's kind of funny to me.
You gonna go down?
I kind of want to go and check it out, because but
you got to dress up. Are you gonna dress up in your Crash Bandicoot costume?
I don't want to dress up. I just want to go hang out and check it out and see what it's all about.
Like, some of those, look at you, big bear. Rawr.
Rawr. Rawr. But no, some of those costumes, man, that they make, they're fucking badass, man. I'm not gonna shit on it.
It's interesting.
Hey, that's their thing. They're not hurting anyone. They're having fun. Who the hell am I to be an asshole and ruin their fun?
No more than usual, I guess, right?
Right, I am an asshole.
State police investigating. State police investigating after 8,000 golf balls stolen from Somerset County Golf Course here in Pittsburgh, in the Pittsburgh area.
They weren't stolen. I was just recovering all my tee shots. Okay, I have a hook, I have a slice, I have a problem. The ball does not go straight.
Put this into perspective, think about it, Mike. You get one of them big buckets full of golf balls. What are there? 100 maybe, give or take. That's a lot of balls.
Yeah.
8,000 golf balls.
That's insane.
For one, why? For two, how? For three, you know what I mean? What the fuck?
Well, at that point, it's like you probably started out like, let's see if I can get some. Then you you just keep going and keep going. Like, I'm gonna go until I get caught, and it just gets out of hand. Next thing you know, you have 8,000 golf balls.
Yeah,
it happens. It happens.
I can't believe there's 8,000 golf balls anywhere at one place at one time.
I know, right?
Because even if you're golfing and you have 30 guys out there golfing, and let's just say they don't bring their own balls. You really need to have 8,000 balls on tap.
Not really, no. But so I have a story about similar to this. So my buddy, his house used to be by a water tower, and we would like hit golf balls on it because it made that nice little ting. It would echo. We did this when we were young. We were in fast forward to like, I don't know, like 15, 16 years later, 17, 18 years later, when we're in college. He comes into class laughing, and he cut it out of the paper and it's like, here, read this. And it was a current story printed the day before saying, whoever is hitting golf balls at the water tower, please stop because our workers are there. They found all the golf balls we hit over a decade previous. We're just like, we should go and collect them because, yeah, we did it, but that was years ago. We didn't do it now. We did it then. I want my balls back.
That reminds me of one of the places that my parents lived when I was a lot younger person. They lived right next to a train track, which was moderately busy. But one thing that I had like to do that was similar to what you're saying was I had a slingshot, and if you would put a rock in it and slingshot, it would bang and it would shoot like crazy angles because the train's moving.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. And like you said, it was that sound. It was that.
It was too. Yeah.
You really did it for the sound.
You did too, and just like once, because when you hear it hit and that sound comes, you just get that feeling deep inside you.
Yeah,
I can't explain it. It's just like it feels good.
Yes,
and we were smart enough to not record it.
As of Wednesday, Internet Explorer is retired. It joins BlackBerry phones and dial-up modems. Internet Explorer has now been outdated and done with.
It died a silent death.
Yeah, I mean, just another gives you an idea of the progress that technology is making.
It doesn't help the fact that Internet Explorer sucked ass. It's so terrible,
right? But another thing for the Technology Hall of Fame, you know.
Like poor Internet Explorer, all it wanted to do was help you out, ask if, hey, can I be your browser? And everyone's like, no, fuck you, get away. Poor little guy just wanted to help.
Ain't that the truth?
Hey, I have a story. I don't know if it's on your list.
Yeah.
Did you hear about when Vladimir Putin goes to the bathroom now? He has people on his staff that collect his poop.
No.
Yeah. They collect his poop and they take it out in a briefcase. Like if he's traveling somewhere, they will collect his poop. So people can't.
Why is everything about poop anymore?
Because apparently, it's a whole spy thing, or like they'll analyze like foreign leaders' poop if they can get it to see if there's any medical info that they can glean. Like how sick are they? How healthy are they? Like how would you like? How would you like?
He was making a lot of money. That would be pretty awesome. But could you imagine being the guy?
Yeah,
an American spy trying to get your hands on a foreign president's poop.
Right? Like just imagine. Like I'd hate to be the guy, bad enough to be the spy who has to get it, but the guy whose whole job is carrying around the leader of your country's poop. What's your job? Nah, man, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You'd be making something up. Oh, I'm a jizz mopper. I'm a fluffer.
Yeah.
I just, you don't want to know. I'm a semen taster. I'm a piss taster.
Here's another one. What if you was a American spy and your job was to do nothing but focus on foreign leaders' poop, and then you get taken hostage, captive by the foreign country, and then they torture you, and then you die. So it was poop, torture, death.
That's just a shitty way to go.
Yeah. I'll stick with podcasting and video casting.
Right. I'll stick with this, man.
I have zero interest in any, poop. And here's the thing. I like poop. I like to talk about poop. I think poop is a fun part and could be a big part of this show. But these fuckers are ruining it. Like Amber Turd and the Grumpy and
now
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like poop as much as the next guy, but if it comes like mainstream and everyone wants to talk about poop, then we're gonna have to talk about something different.
We're gonna have to talk. Yeah, we're gonna have to revert back to boogers or something. I don't know.
Boogers and queefs.
Boogers and queefs.
Ford recalls millions of vehicles that could possibly roll away when put in park. Ford recalls millions of vehicles that could possibly roll away when placed in park.
That's actually, yeah, that's not good because I don't know if you probably don't know, but the actor who played the Chekhov in the new Star Trek a few years ago, that's how he died. He got out, he put his car in park, went to grab, like shut a gate or grab something, and the car just rolled and pinned him up against the gate, and he died. He was only like in like his mid to late 20s. So yeah, that's not good.
That could be bad news for Ford, especially. I mean,
yeah, millions of cars.
Million.
Damn.
I'd hate to go past the you go past the car lots there with new cars.
Yeah.
And they're jam packed. How many cars is that? Like maybe, I don't know, 100?
Yeah.
Millions. Think of how many cars that actually is.
That's nuts. Just imagine, like, at the lot, they all start going out at the same time. That'd freak you out. Like, you know how, like, if you drive it late at night, you're just driving through, and they got all the cars there, they just all come after you. Like, what kind of Stephen King bullshit is this? Why are these cars following me?
Yeah,
that would suck. My luck, I would have one of those, and it would pin me but not kill me. I'd have like a broken hip the rest of my life.
Speaking of which, did you see the garbage truck in Pittsburgh yesterday?
No.
It lost. It was the same thing. I don't know what the story was, but the video was pretty popular on the news channels around here, where it had this garbage truck on this hill in Pittsburgh, like a hilly road, and all of a sudden you see this garbage truck coming down the hill sideways, smashing cars. So whatever the hell happened, it was bad. It was bad, man. And again, it would be terrible to be, like you said, in the wrong place, the wrong time.
Yeah, that would suck.
Like I said, get a chance, check that video out. You're gonna be like,
find that.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
That would suck to be like if you were in the dump truck and it starts going down that hill. I'm like, fuck this shit, man. My pension's not worth this. I'm out.
Yeah. Vegas man hit the sequential flush. It's a rare flush, and he hit the jackpot at a Vegas casino in Vegas for $315,000.
Like, do you just like pick these random winning money stories just to depress us?
The funny thing is, like, every day it's a new thing.
I know.
Like
no matter where you go to look for news stories, that's all it is. Like random people winning on like a trillion to 1 odds. Because I wonder what the odds are to get that flush to happen. And 300. Just here's another 300K.
Yeah.
I'm not even
been like a $20,000 winner, but being that was that rare of a
boom
move.
See, I don't need 300K.
What's it called? It's not a move. What would that be called in gambling? A hand, maybe?
A hand, I guess.
Hand?
Yeah, a hand.
Right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I know all about the hand.
Don't we all?
Vince McMahon.
Yes.
The board opens inquiry and the CEO, Vince McMahon's alleged $3 million payoff for a ex-female employee's silence. Apparently, she was just a paralegal. It wasn't a wrestler or anything like that. But he paid out, supposedly paid out $3 million to keep this lady quiet. The dude's fucking 80 years old,
right?
Fuck. You know what I mean? Holy shit! You're still fucking cheating on your wife and paying out, and I don't know.
Like my whole thing is like, as long as it was consensual between the two, and two, as long as it was his own money and not the company's own money, because now the company's publicly traded, he has shareholders and board of directors to answer to. It's who cares? But if it was, the actual company's money, that's a big deal. If it wasn't consensual, that's also a huge deal. But other than that, more or less just between him and his wife at that point.
Right.
And so who cares? But oh, dude, I was following the story on Twitter. It is great. You have like AEW's trying to fanboys trying to say, ha ha ha. Yeah, this is what WWE is all about. And then
Right.
oh, well, look at the nonsense going over on that company. They're making it like a whole company wide thing, or like two of the wrestlers, just like who was it? Sasha Banks and Naomi. They walked out of a show a month ago, and people were calling WWE called them unprofessional. Now people are going, well, are they really unprofessional compared to Vince? What he did? Well, yeah, they're both unprofessional situations. So I think
Right.
it's just funny. I just love wrestling Twitter. If you hate Twitter, just get on and just follow wrestling Twitter. It is the best drama you will find in your life. It is great. It's like high school drama magnified. I love it.
It
I
seems
love
like
it.
every 15 years or so, something like this happens with Vince McMahon. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. He's always in trouble with something.
Yeah.
To make all that money that you do in the wrestling business, you have to, you are shady, you are dirty. Cause no one is clean in the wrestling business.
Speaking
No
of
one.
which, I don't have the information in front of me. I just recall reading them. Did you see that Jeff Hardy got like his 500
Yes.
fucking DUI?
Yeah. I meant to bring that up the other day and I totally blanked on it.
How many DUIs can you have before? I'm reading the article and it's like, okay, he had 3 this year. He had 1 the year before. He had 2 about 8 years ago. At what point do they throw you in the fucking jail? You know, I mean,
yeah,
that's bad. That's real bad, right?
Real bad. And it was like what, a 0.3 was what he blew in
From
the
a
middle.
0.08, he was at about a 3.
Yeah, in the middle of the day, at like noon 35, my man is doing this. And like he's had rehab paid for him by Vince McMahon in the WWE numerous times. And
I don't understand why they're not throwing this guy in jail to set an example at least, because
you would think,
look at Tammy Sitch, you know, the Sunny.
Yeah.
From back in the day. She got in a car accident under the influence, killed somebody.
Yeah.
And she's certainly paying the price. She's going through the system. It's very
that's probably what's going to take for Hardy to go to jail is when he finally injures or kills someone.
Don't get me wrong, I like the guy, I like all of his wild ways, I like all the things he does, but at some point you have to stop treating these people like superstars and treating them like human beings, because the rap sheet that he has for this kind of thing, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a history, it's a pattern. And
here's the thing: whether you agree with me or not, we all have families, we all have kids, we all have parents, we all have wives, we have husbands, we have all this stuff. Do you want your loved ones to be killed by a drunk driver? Absolutely not. So there's got to be a place in your heart that's saying, something's got to be done here.
Yeah, and I don't know, I'm probably gonna sound like an asshole in this, but like all the stuff that you see on Twitter about it, like, oh, poor him, like he's doing this to himself.
Absolutely.
Like he's done this numerous times. People have offered him help numerous times. It's been bought, it's been paid for by his former employer. Like at a certain point, you lose empathy for someone who's totally self-destructive like that. You've been given every opportunity to get better and you choose not to. That's on you. At a certain point, empathy is lost, and then it's like it's on you now.
I gotta say, if I had to pick one of my favorite wrestlers just by what he does, the way he performs, or she, Jeff Hardy would be one of my top favorites in my whole life. There's never been a wrestler that I've seen that performs the way that he does. Guys go out and put their body on the line every night in that field, but this guy was special. He still is special as a 44-year-old guy. He could go out there and still jump off the 25-foot ladder, on bombs, on the tables. He lost nothing from his.
No, he's lost it.
You think?
Oh yeah, I was watching. It was like a 4-minute video of all of his botches in AEW.
He's high.
He's high. He's drunk, and he can't. He's having trouble like balancing on the ropes. He's missing his senton bomb, swanton bomb. He's missing everything. It was bad. There's times like he's hit people in the head and dropped them on their head. It's not pretty. It is. Yeah, he's washed at this point. He's a danger to himself and others in the ring.
Really?
A lot of times anymore. Yeah, stuff I've seen. It was not pretty. And like you
I'd
said,
love to check it out.
check it
I
out.
haven't really seen any of his matches for some time, but
Yeah.
the guy that I
As a-
do know, the guy that I've fell in love with watching
Oh, he was
wrestle.
great. I loved it
Well,
back in the day.
absolutely. Not many people did what he did.
No, and he would just get up there and do it without even like, yeah, all right, I'll jump off, this balcony.
Yeah.
I'll jump off of this, jump off of that.
I like guys like that. Every once in a while in life, you meet somebody like that. And you know what? They're entertaining. They're fun to watch.
Yeah.
He definitely got in the right field. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah. Yep.
I wouldn't want to see Jeff Hardy, the PennDOT worker, holding a flag. You know what I mean?
No.
The guy, he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the website?
TwoDumYinzers.com. TwoDumYinzers.com. I don't know why I started to sing that. It's been a long day. My brain is fried. But yes, TwoDumYinzers.com. Link to YouTube, Spotify, Stitch, Anchor, all that fun stuff. Merch stores on there, emails on there, all that fun stuff. And when you're on checking us out on YouTube, Spotify, and all that, downloads, likes, notifications, comments, good or bad, bring it.
I'm gonna switch it up a little bit today, Mike.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna switch over to hockey for today.
Ooh. All right.
Because we're in full swing in the Stanley Cup Finals. And the Penguins aren't in it. However, it is Stanley Cup Finals time.
Yes.
So because of that, we're gonna go with a hockey question of the day.
All right. High five? Knuckles?
You got your helper?
I got my helper. We did our good luck handshake. We got this, man.
All right. Are you ready?
Oh, we are ready.
What was the name of the original Pittsburgh Penguin mascot? Before you freak out, I have multiple choice.
Okay, thank you.
So what was the name of the original Pittsburgh Penguin mascot? Was it A, Pierre? Was it B, Pete? Was it C, Paul? Or was it D, Pablo? Again, let me read it. What was the name of the original Pittsburgh Penguin mascot? A, Pierre, B, Pete, C, Paul, D, Pablo. And go.
Oh, we are kind of all over the place there with the names there. We got Pierre. Apparently he's French Canadian. Pablo, is he smuggling up some cocaine for me? Be awesome if he was, man. Hell, they should bring him back. Pete and Paul, I don't know. I'm gonna have to guess at this one. All right. Yep, I got an answer.
You got your answer?
I got my answer.
All right. So right now we're 3-6, Mike and June. So if you get this right, you'll be 4-6. Let's go ahead and take a shot. You want to take a shot?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with C. Whatever the name was for C, I'm going C.
C is Paul. So what was the name of the original Pittsburgh Penguins mascot? It was either A, Pierre.
Oh, I'm going Pete. Pete. Give me Pete. Pete.
So we have A, Pete, or A, Pierre, I'm sorry. B, Pete, C, Paul, D, Pablo. And you chose Pete, B.
Yeah, I'll go with Pete.
And that's your final answer?
Sure, why not?
All right, so you're locked in. Let me explain the score again real quick. So far in June, you have 3 wins and 6 losses. So if you get this correct, you'll be 4-6. But if you lose, you'll be 3-7. So this is kind of a big day, man.
It is a big day. So we'll see how this goes.
So here we go. What was the name of the original Pittsburgh Penguin mascot? Pierre, Pete, Paul, or Pablo? The correct answer is B, Pete.
Oh, yes.
Lucky.
Yes. High five, buddy. High five. Knuckles.
That good luck handshake paid off.
It did it. So, yeah.
So, in 10 games, 10 questions in June, you got 4 correct, 6 incorrect. You're 1 below 500. You're right back in this thing.
I'm back in.
Today is the 16th of the month. You got plenty of time.
Yep.
To get back up over and win this month, because if you win this month, it'll eliminate last month's loss. It's a whole thing. So you are 4-6 this month, Mike.
All right.
tomorrow we're going to stick with the hockey theme. Like I said, it is Stanley Cup time.
Yes.
And during Stanley Cup time, it's weird not to talk about the Penguins because we are awesome. And that's usually somebody you hear about this time of year. But since they're not, you're going to hear it here.
That works for me.
So, yeah, I guess it's that time, Mike. So, hey, everybody, do you have anything before we take off, dude?
I do. I have a little special treat.
Okay.
We'll see if he'll stop, drop, shut him down, open up shop.
Go Flyers.
Y'all gonna make me? Y'all gonna make me lose my mind?
Go Flyers. Stop.
Drop,
Stop.
drop,
Stop.
stop,
Stop.
drop, shut him down, open up shop. Rough Riders. There we go. He's a DMX fan.
I have nothing. I have nothing after that. I can't follow that up. So, everybody, thank you for watching the show. That was amazing. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya. Say see ya. Bye. Bye.
Bye.